Hello guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to FemmeHead. Today we're going to talk about meal planning with a baby and a toddler. I am still very much pregnant. My announcement video actually just went out today, but this video is going to be going up in May. So the baby is here. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? I don't know. How are things going? I also don't know that. I can't see into the future. I'm sure it's going fine. But just like with Theo, I am filming, editing, scheduling out videos through the end of May for this baby so I can have 3 months of buffer to have a bit of like maternity leave, we'll call it. It's a bit different when you like own your own business. Meal planning. I have tried so many times to be that person that like meal preps a week's worth of lunches on Sunday. Like I have tried that and it just does not work for me. And especially now having Theo, as I'm filming this, having a kid, it's just hard to like set aside that chunk of time to meal prep. I just come to the realization that like meal prepping is not my sort of thing, but I've had so much success in meal planning, and you might consider them the same thing, but I don't. Like meal prepping is where you set aside a chunk of time in one day to like prep a bunch of meals. Like that's how I envision it. And then meal planning is sitting down and saying, what are the meals that I'm going to eat for dinner these days this week, and then making sure you have those things on hand, and sometimes choosing like, okay, Tuesday is gonna be taco night and Wednesday is gonna be pasta night. I don't go that far. I usually go like, these are the 4 meals that I'm gonna make at some point this week for dinner, and then depending on the day and how I feel and what I feel like is what meal I choose. Or I'll be like, Michael, these are our options for dinner tonight. What do we wanna have? And he'll be like, tacos. I wanted to make a video of how I am planning to meal plan with 2 kids and like how I think that will be beneficial. And I just, have a couple little tips for you. And like this could all change because I'm clearly, as I just said, filming this before the baby actually comes. So things could just be up in the air. I fully plan on like takeout and like burger patties and frozen pizzas and like you name it, because the newborn phase is just kind of like survival mode, and people bringing me food is the greatest thing ever. So I'm not like sitting here like I'm gonna have it perfectly planned out. Like I know that's not true. But as I like get my feet back under me, these are the things that I'm going to be implementing. So the first thing I like to do is look at what I have in my fridge first off, and then like in my pantry, in my like produce basket, in my freezer, things that I want to use up, especially produce that's going to go bad if it doesn't get eaten soon. And to look at that and say like, are there any obvious meals that I'm feeling from these items? And then I will incorporate those into meals and say like, oh, this is a very obvious thing we can have. And sometimes it will be as simple as we didn't get around to making a certain meal that week because we got takeout pizza instead. And so I know I have all those ingredients on hand, so I'll just move that recipe into the following week for my like meal plans and say like, oh, we didn't have them last week, but this week we're gonna have the like buffalo chickpea quesadillas that I was planning on making. My second tip is to buy the staples and the easy meals. Just accept the fact that you're not going to be cooking gourmet 3-course meals with a baby. Like, I'm sure some people do, but that is not me. And especially the second time around, like I know that's not gonna be happening. I didn't think that with Theo, but especially now, I have those easy meals on hand. Have the things you can like stock up a little bit on, or make sure they're on your grocery order every week. Breakfast at our house is literally one of like 3 things. We usually have bagels with hummus and like vegan breakfast sausage like crumbled on top, and then I put hot sauce on mine. Or we have oatmeal, or we have pancakes. Michael will sometimes get like the little frozen breakfast burritos, but it's always like one of 3 things, and we just don't get sick of them. We will cycle through those, and sometimes I will like hold up like the oatmeal canister, the pancake mix box to Theo, and like I don't think he knows what comes out of either of those, but I'm like, which one do you want today, buddy? And he'll be like, that one. And so I'm like, perfect, we'll have pancakes today. Whenever I am going to like put in my grocery order for the week, I will check to make sure we have enough bagels, that we have enough hummus, veggie sausages, because we run through those so quickly, and like that we just have those like staple breakfast things on hand and reorder them when we're running low. Lunches are always something super quick, either leftovers from the dinner the night before or the night before that, something from like the freezer or their pantry, just like easy, quick meals. And I save my like cooking efforts for dinner. I'm not going to be cooking like 3 square meals a day, and so I know breakfast and lunch are going to be like 10-15 minute ordeals, less than that if possible, and I'll save my like energy for dinner. And always make enough for leftovers. I don't know how people cook and they just cook enough like portion size for the 2 of them or like their 4-person family. Like, make a big pot or a big pan, pop that in your fridge, and that's like usually what we eat for lunches are leftovers. And usually we'll get like a couple lunches out of a meal and a couple like dinners out of leftovers, and that is like the greatest gift to yourself. So always make enough for leftovers. As far as like the staple category, I always have fruit on there depending on like what's in season and therefore what's like least expensive. And also like Theo's favorite snacks. He likes the like fruit and veg pouches. He likes granola bars. He likes bananas, clementines. So any of those like quick grab snack things. That is one of the few like sign language things he knows. It was the first sign language he learned was more, but more quickly became snack. And so when he goes like this, it means he wants like a snack or something to eat. He'll go like this when he's like hungry, but this means snack, and it usually means like one of his granola bars. And then he'll take you to the pantry where the granola bars live and wait for you to open the door so he can get one. My 3rd tip, grocery pickup. It has been a godsend with a child. It has been a godsend through like coronavirus. I had never even like considered grocery pickup until 2020. Like, I don't know how I'll go back. I've had to like actually go into the store to grocery shop or pick up a couple things a few times in the past year, and I'm like, what was I doing that whole time for like all these years? I'm so grateful that grocery pickup order is an option. I'm always so polite and grateful to the employees that bring my groceries out, but it's just, I know it's going to be even better having 2 kids, but it's so nice to have a grocery order because then like I can, you know, meal plan, get all my recipes ready, and then make sure I get all of those items instead of like making a list and like forgetting it, or like throughout the week if it's like, oh, we need more like vegan butter, or we need more dish soap, or hey Victoria, can you get me more toothpaste, I can just put that into the grocery order real quick. It's just helped not forget things as well. Number 4, let your toddler help you cook in the kitchen. Making dinner was such a beast for a long time because Theo would scream at my feet because he wanted me to hold him, but then it was like hard to hold him and like cook at the same time and impossible to like chop vegetables. I invested in a toddler stand. They're a bit pricey. Like, I know you can get some on the cheaper end of like $80. I think ours was $110, but it is worth every penny. He learned how to like push it around the kitchen because we have hardwood floors. And so you have to make sure that like nothing is on the counters to where he can like hurt himself. He loves being a part of the action. And so I will let him stand at the kitchen island with us in his little toddler stand, and I'll give him like some measuring cups and measuring spoons. And so he can like pretend to help out, and I can like chop up veggies and stuff, and he's content and happy and actually enjoying himself rather than like clawing at my legs, screeching because mom's not holding him. If you have a baby wearing is the greatest thing. I used to baby wear Theo all the time, and that's how I like made any of my meals. I would baby wear him if he wanted to be held, or I would have him in some sort of like seat or bed or something nearby. It just kind of depends on their age. So yeah, that's what I plan on. Theo being in the toddler stand helping, and then the baby either like baby wearing them or having them in something nearby to where I can keep an eye on them. Sometimes giving your toddler a snack while you cook is a good way to avoid tantrums and meltdowns. Sometimes they're just hungry, even if it's like 4 and you're like, buddy, we're not gonna eat for like another hour and a half. Theo loves his snacks. He eats either a meal or a snack like every 2 hours. Kid loves to eat. And I'm always like, yeah, sure, eat. He's always been on the smaller side. He's healthy, he's good, but he's like small enough to where I'm like, it's not gonna hurt you to have a snack. Here, have like a clementine or have a granola bar, or like chew on this vegetable that I'm chopping up anyways. Either like giving them things to do while you're cooking or something to snack on while you're cooking. One of my like pre-birth planning sort of things that I want to do is compile a list of all of my favorite recipes, all of the really easy recipes, like the less time, the less effort, the better. That way I can have my like go-to things that I know we like, but then also if someone's like, hey, can I like bring you some food or can I make you some food? I can say, oh, here's a recipe. Like we love this week. Or I'm also going to do the same with takeout and be like, you can go get me pad thai from Gateway. Thank you so much. So have a list of like easy meals that people can make you and then easy meals that people can pick up for you. The greatest thing that someone can do for me postpartum is bring me food. That is how you can show your love to me. Food is my happy place, and like that is some of my fondest memories of people like helping out postpartum was like bringing us food. It's nice for people to be like, oh, let me come do your laundry or clean your house or whatever, but it's like I don't really care if my house is clean or if my laundry is done, but I need to eat. Have your easy go-to list so you can say like, yeah, today I want, you know, a vegan burger from Gateway, or today I want masman curry from Kubasil. And so you can easily just say like, this is what I want, this is where you get it. That's kind of my like meal prep planning plan for postpartum. Don't have high expectations of myself. Keep it simple. Make sure you have plenty of easy stuff on hand. Like I'll be sure to stock up on like beans and pasta and the things that I can keep in my like pantry or freezer that won't go bad. But then also like each week, make sure that I'm getting, you know, those fruits and veggies and like the fresh stuff, because that's what I always like crave. It's like, I just want some watermelon or I want some grapefruit. Just making sure that you are fully stocked. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will include down below like a free PDF that I created of how I go about like meal planning for the week. I created it last year at some point, but I'll include it down below because I think that was really helpful to kind of incorporate that into how I went about things. So check out the description box and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.